Well, that wasn't a smooth transition, but screw it. Happy loser Monday for the first time in 3 weeks. The New York Football Giants lose to the New Orleans Saints 24-6. The Tommy DeVito saga is officially on life support going into the final 3 weeks of the season, facing the Philadelphia Eagles twice and the LA Rams the additional game. So, Nick, I'll start off like my one of my favorite people of all time, Kevin James. That game was horrific. Not horrific. I think it was definitely the mehest game we've had in a very long time, to say the very least. It wasn't one of those games that we flat out just like sucked in. It wasn't a game that we got blown out in. It wasn't a game that we had that like, oh, we got screwed controversially or a heartbreaking loss. It was just in the middle, meh. So what's up?
What are you wearing? An American flag?
No. So Foco, you know that company Foco, hit us up. I have this giant hoodie poncho thing. I was a little cold in my attic before the show and I didn't take it off. So I'm rolling with it, babe. What's up?
I wasn't sure. I thought you had draped in an American flag. I thought you were extra patriotic tonight.
Extra patriotic? Sure, why not?
Can I address one thing to the nation here?
Well, the floor is yours. What's up?
The floor is mine. I posted a video of me doing a Kardashian.
Talk about you posting a video? Never. I can't believe it. All right, go on. Sorry, go.
Of me doing a Kardashian voiceover, and my caption was that I was unsubscribing from the drama. Okay, more of you than should have said to me and messaged me that, is that really my voice? Because I don't sound like that on the podcast. No, it is Kourtney Kardashian's voice. I just did the lipping to it because this fan base is fucking pissing me off and I can't stand them anymore. It's not my voice, obviously.
The benefit of being busy at work today, I wasn't on Twitter at all today.
Well, you didn't miss anything except a bunch of fighting. And
what else is new? It's gonna be like that for the rest of the time. So I try not to be on it on game days and the day after, even after wins. But we do have a fun show tonight. We're gonna recap it. Nikki's old co-host. We're gonna trade secrets of Nikki. Clean ones, of course. Damian, who I've come to know over the last year, awesome guy. He's a Saints fan. We're gonna find out why he became a Saints fan.
He's from there.
Oh, he is from New Orleans. Okay, cool. All right, that makes more sense. Because he's obviously not living there anymore. Okay, that makes sense. So we'll have that. We'll have some airing of grievances of the NFL since D's gonna be popping on with us. So it's some funny stuff that we'll talk about since Festivus is coming up.
My favorite holiday is Festivus. Actually, my favorite holiday is my birthday, obviously, because it revolves around me.
That's another clip. JC, Nikki. Anyway.
JC. But the airing of grievances is a fantastic holiday, is it not?
Yes, it's one of my favorites. Relax. We're getting to it. So, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Airing of grievances. We don't have our polls up. Maybe Nikki has a poll in the basement, but we don't know about that. That's a different.
Whoa. Heyo. Actually, I got a little bit of a flood in the basement today. If you've been following my stories, I have like lakefront property today, and all the geese in Red Bank and Lincroft have come to my house. So
fun. Okay. Fun. So before we get Dion, yeah. So it was Kourtney Kardashian.
It is Kourtney Kardashian's voice on the video, guys. It is not my voice. I sound like
Kim,
this.
So I got Kim. Thankfully, only 3 people saw it. Thankfully, Joe is the only one. He was in the chat before. So my bad. They all sound the same. That was more of a joke on they all sound the same. And then it's the Kourtney. It's not Kim. I'm like, I know that was the joke.
Okay. Anyway. Well, the joke didn't land.
Oh, it landed for me, babe.
It did not land. You're gonna have to do a go around and try the landing again.
Okay.
Anyway, is D here yet?
No, he's here. He's here. I was
all right,
warming
bring
up.
him in. Let's go.
D, what's up, man? How's it going tonight?
What's happening, y'all?
Congrats on your win against two very terrible, terrible teams yesterday. But you have a chance to making the playoffs and probably facing the Cowboys.
No one in that division should make the playoffs. All right.
We should talk. In 2020, we were in the same boat. So.
Oh, it's okay for us, but not for other people.
Right. Anyway, D, how's it going? Long time no speak. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling good. 2 Saints wins in a row. It's the first time all year I can say that. So it's nice to be able to say that since the first 2 weeks. We started off 2-0 and then just it all went downhill from there. But we may be getting some things back on track.
There we go. So, so you guys are obviously cooking 2 in a row, starting to get that division flow going. What was your takeaway from yesterday's game? Because honestly, with me, it was just more of the fact that the Giants, for whatever reason, in the second half, the defense just was playing back in zone, whether they were scared about Kamara. It was just one of those things. It's just like, come on, Wink. We see Derek Carr get scared of the pressure all his whole career. Why aren't we doing that tonight or today? Well, what we were watching yesterday. Why didn't he do that more yesterday? Like, what was your perspective coming from a Saints fan? Like, thankfully, Wink is not setting the house, and Derek is having all day long to pick us apart. So, Darius, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's happening, Darius? So, from my perspective on offense, I thought in the second half we did a better job of just being more aggressive. As far as you guys not blitzing as much, that might have had to do with some of the threat of the screen game with Kamara. That's something that you definitely have to worry about with the Saints. And so because of that, I think that we got more time for Derek Carr. And I did like that Derek Carr made some tight window throws. That's something I've been asking for all season it's not, it's not college. You shouldn't be worried about getting a wide open guy. Make some tight window throws. We can get the ball downfield a little bit because that's been our biggest struggle. So for me, I was from the offensive side. I'm glad to see Derek Carr making those type of throws. And I think that the threat of the screen game is what really made Wink be more cautious in the game.
Right. And of course, with Derek Carr, it's no secret that I don't love Derek Carr. So I was shitting on him all week last week. Obviously, I'm eating a lot of.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault because you were shitting all over him. And I said he was a decent quarterback. It's all your fault. You and this 100%. American flag that you've got yourself draped in.
It's Foco. So if Foco ever wants to sponsor us, Nick, you're going to have to wear like these ponchos.
I'm not wearing that. They're going to have to send me something else.
They have plenty of cute stuff, so don't worry.
So you didn't pick anything cute. You just picked like
this was a Christmas gift. This was Christmas gift from my mother-in-law like 4 or 5 years ago. So.
Oh boy. All right. I have an important question for Dave.
Look, Sherpa.
It's Sherpa. Okay. Put the blanket down. See, like I said, it is a blanket. So D, you're off. You're almost as famous as I am. You're doing big things. You are covering the Suns. And gosh, I just think about where we were 3.5 years ago to where we are now. It's crazy. But I just have to ask you, I know you're doing other podcasts and stuff. However, there is no co-host like me, correct?
Wow, way to toot your own horn. Knock her down a couple pegs, please, D.
Now, I wouldn't be able to because she is correct. She is definitely unique in what she brings to the table. And there's nobody who I can talk football with and then go over to reality TV and then get horrible food opinions, and get awful movie takes. Like she definitely has a unique plethora of things that she can do. So I have to say that she is very unique and the only co-host I've ever had like her.
See, thank you. Exactly.
I have to agree with you, but I can't say it out loud right now.
Can't say it out loud.
No.
God forbid. That's okay. Our chat will give me all the compliments that I need.
That's why. All jokes aside, so remaining of the season, Saints. I didn't really look who you guys have left, but obviously there is a realistic opportunity for you guys to win the division. It's between you and the Saints, basically. No, you're the Saints. You and the Bucks. So, like, how do you think the final 3 weeks of the season are going to pan out? And then you're most likely going to be playing Dallas in the wild card round. So, between those scenarios, what's your vibe is the best way of asking. What's your vibe going into the final 3 weeks of the year?
The vibe is hopeful, right? Because this year has been a year where defensively we've had times where we play very well.
Landline again. Yeah. What is going on? Am I on 3rd and 3? What is going on?
That's hilarious with the line.
This is what happens when the whole house has COVID, and most of the house has COVID, and my old family wants to call, make sure.
Oh.
Okay, wow. Go ahead. Give it to us, Steve. How is the South shaping up?
So there's a big game coming up between us and the Bucks. That's going to be the one that really tells the tale of the division. We have to channel what we did these last 2 weeks into the next 3 weeks. We've been able to play great defense against the Panthers or against a team that played previous to you guys. We did a great job. It was the Panthers, yes. Did a great job of shutting them down and bringing pressure. And then against you guys, we did a great job of bringing pressure. The 2 drives where you guys scored were both extended by penalties. So the fact that we were able to truly shut you guys down was a good sign. But we knew going into that game, I was like, Tommy DeVito, I saw the Linsanity comment earlier. It had that type of feel to it where, okay, eventually this is going to come to an end. And I figure with our defense, especially with Dennis Allen, he may not be a good head coach, but he's a great defensive coach.
Right.
Yes. I knew that he would have a really good game plan against young QB, and we knew to keep him in the pocket as well. He only had like one big run that I remember where he kind of broke off. But outside of that, kept him contained.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, kept him contained and really did a good job of just shutting everything down on the defensive side. So that's really, really exciting for us. And that defense can continue to play like that. I think we can beat the Bucks in the next couple of weeks here, and that'll be the big game that gets us to the division. Now, going into the playoffs, Dallas will definitely be dangerous. I know they just got, mollywopped by the Buffalo Bills, but that team, when they're on, is Dak Prescott's been playing at MVP level, good defense. Their running game hasn't been that good, and that's something that they probably have to worry about going into the playoffs. But it definitely would be a very, very tough game to say that we would beat Dallas. But we are going to be in New Orleans, even though I hate that rule. Me and Nikki have talked about it. I've definitely ran it about
it. You hate that rule. You hate it. You can't go back on it now.
No, I still stand on it. I don't think people get automatic home playoff game just for winning a shitty division. Like I definitely don't think that's the case. It doesn't make any sense for a team in Dallas that's probably going to win 12 games. That's going to have to go to a team like New Orleans is going to win 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So
the same thing happened with Tampa last year. So
yeah, exactly, and it makes no sense at all. So that's something that NFL needs to change. They've made so many changes. Please change that as well. Even though it's going to benefit my Saints this year, I still don't like the rule.
So you mentioned the 2 scoring drives that the Giants scored on. Both were extended by penalties. The first drive was the worst penalty I've ever saw in my life with the unnecessary roughness hit on Bellinger. It was Taylor, I believe, number 1, who laid him out and unfortunately got a penalty. Obviously, luckily for us, that extended the drive. But that was probably one of the worst penalties I've ever seen in my life in the NFL. And it's just like weekly, you're just seeing these terrible calls and you're just like, oh, okay. And it's the whole league. It's not like one team 1 week. It's always someone every week. So, like, as fans of the NFL, it's like a more of a community thing now. It's just like, that was a bad one, but we'll take it. Or are you kidding me? We just going to get screwed on this type of play. Thankfully for you guys, that penalty wasn't a game-changing penalty because that was egregious.
Yeah, no, I definitely kind of lost my mind in the house because it still was kind of close to that point. So
we didn't score any points yet, so it was 7-0.
Yeah, so when Alontae Taylor made that hit, I jumped up because of the hit because it was so greatly timed, and you're penalizing him for Bellinger putting his head down. Like Bellinger, and it's no fault to Bellinger. That's like a normal thing to do when you feel like a hit's coming to go ahead and kind of ball up in that way. So you're penalizing Taylor for a perfect hit with the shoulder just because the opposing player bent his head down. It makes it impossible for defenders to play defense in a physical way that truly has an impact on the game. You don't see that anymore. You don't see that big hit that has the impact of, okay, we're just not going to go there anymore. Like you don't have that in the game anymore. That's the thing that I think the defense could use if the referees allow them to, and you just hate to see it.
Right? No, of course. It's crazy. Like I just said, and both of you agree. It's just every week, and it's like I think the refs are scared to not call a penalty because if they don't call a penalty, everybody's going to be like, "What are you, blind? You didn't see it?" And I think they just have a quick trigger on literally every call, and then if it is not a penalty, it is what it is at that point, and they'll just go back to their review tape and get a bad grade on that.
I think we're going to get to this point in the NFL. Like, there's going to be sensors in the football, right?
Honestly, what a novel idea that would be.
Like, tell us, like, instead of this, like, you got 5 different refs looking at it. It's way too subjective. I think it's just going to go. That would be like putting AI to good use. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting for sure.
Right.
Like, have an AI referee, because then you're like, when it comes to the subjective calls, what would happen then though? Like, do you call Kadarius Toney for being offsides?
Right. I think. Well, I honestly think it would be the fact of like, all right, the refs are going to be there, but if there was something egregious and they miss it, they'll get buzzed and be like, all right, all right, here we go. Don't make sure you check this thing. Obviously, the yardage of the footballs and everything should be coming sooner rather than later. It's similar. It's similar like in baseball when they're gonna get the automatic strike zone. They're gonna still have an umpire behind home plate, but obviously they'll be like, all right, if there's a judge call like a swing, like a half swing or something like that, maybe they'll be the ones to override or overrule a play. So yeah,
I do like it. I like it in baseball because the umpires, some of those guys be so different with their strike zones.
Right. I'm with you on that as well.
Yeah. So I like it in baseball.
Right. So Nikki, you got anything else from Sunday before we preview? Since we're not going to, well, we don't even know if we're going to have a show next week, Giant wise.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah. So
no, just yesterday was just so meh and underwhelming. And I didn't think our punter was gonna be kicking field goals. Tyrod Taylor had to jump back in for a minute, and Tommy DeVito got hurt. And it's just like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And it was just, I so badly thought I wanted them to win. I thought momentum might carry them a little bit because you do see that, right? You got this ragtag team of who the hell's that quarterback? They got a little momentum. It's really hard to play in New Orleans, though. So I wanted them to win, but I kind of expected a loss. But when we get to airing grievances,
you did not expect a loss.
I said I wanted them to win. I picked them to win. However, I did expect them to lose because it's tough to play in the Superdome.
Right. Okay.
What do you mean, right? Okay. I said that. Literally said they're probably going to lose, but I'm going to go with the homer pick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I actually did. So.
Okay. Anyway.
But when we get to airing grievances, you're first on my list.
Ooh, baby. Can't wait. All right. Might as well get to it now. We got 12 minutes. It is Festivus this week. Also Christmas and Hanukkah already passed, and Kwanzaa's coming up as well. The banter between Dan and Nikki is better than TV. I know. If you live under a rock or was born past 2000, that's weird to say. I know your assistants are past that, over that age, which is weird.
They're young. Yeah.
The show Seinfeld has a holiday of George Costanza's father, Frank Costanza, has a festival called Festivus. And they all gather around the table and they air grievances, what was happened throughout the season. So before Nikki airs me out, we're gonna keep it.
I got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, thank you. That's a low blow, but I'll take it. But we'll have grievances in the whole NFL, Giants related, NFC East related, anything. Since it's Nikki, anything can probably go and it will be fine. So take D. Do you have any grievances in the NFL or
first.
anything?
Our guests go first. Air the grievances. Let's go. Kick it off.
Any grievances with the NFL? I just have a grievance with the Kansas City Chiefs. Right.
Let's go. All right. Cool.
So, and this is not from this past Sunday, but previous Sunday. Kadarius Toney ruins a great play by Travis Kelce by being lined up offside.
Right.
And they wanted the refs to just ignore it. They wanted the refs to not call him for being lined up in the neutral zone. Lined up so far that he was almost by the defensive lineman. Like, you want them to just ignore it because that's thing that you're supposed to get away with. And they're talking about the referee having to warn the wide receiver when the wide receiver is supposed to look back at the ref and give him the finger, give him the point, and that's when the referee tells you to back up or go forward. We didn't see that. So what are you asking for? And then it was hilarious because on the Vikings game on Saturday, there was a pick six that was negated by an offsides penalty. It was like, oh, does it only matter when the Chiefs have an awesome play that's negated by a penalty?
Yeah.
Well, I think also with Kansas City, they've gotten so many calls, and it's just like, what? Wait, what? What? You called that on us? Are you kidding me right now? Kind of thing. We're home. We're supposed to not get that call. And how do you pick up the crazy play? Because Travis Kelce loves to lateral the ball. That's his thing for whatever weird reason he loves to do it. So it's I'm with you on that. Kansas City, for whatever reason. We've mentioned it on all our shows, me and Nikki. They are human this year. They did a poor job building around Patrick Mahomes, wide receiver wise. Kelce looks like he's lost a step, whether it was the injury earlier this year or him just being 34 years old and Tay-Tay.
Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift.
It's all three. So yeah, I'm with you with the Kansas City. Let's give it to the diva to my right. I'm sure you're left. What's your grievance? NFL wise, and then we'll get it.
No. Fuck your rules. My grievance is with the entire fucking fan base of the New York Giants. I am sick of you motherfuckers.
We're going
really am sick and tired of all of you pontificating like you're some Twitter and social media GM. Guess what, guys? We need an offensive line. Guess what? We got to address the quarterback issue position as well, which Joe Shane said that they were going to do. Both things can be true. Why are you fighting with each other over this? It's fucking ridiculous. You are ripping people to shreds because two things can be true. And no, I'm not going to root for my team to lose. And no, it's not my fault. Somebody blame me because I told everybody to root for the Giants to win, and that's why we're in this position. And oh, by the way, just because you go draft a quarterback in the first round does not mean that they're going to be successful. What the fuck is wrong with this fan base?
Classic Nikki rant.
So, yeah, this is a great Nikki rant. If you talk to Damian, and we talked to Rio had a similar, it's literally every fan base. It's like every fan base that has that stupidity, that eggshell, that small 1% that are on actual X. And it's just, for whatever reason, they feel like they got to get their takes across. And a lot of people do work hard for whatever reason. It's just that they have to be right no matter what.
That's the thing. And you know
I agree. I agree. I'm not defending
that's the thing. And Dee can attest to this because we used to do prediction shows and draft prediction shows, and not one of us, our rule was always, we're doing this one time, not doing 500 to just turn around and say, I got something right and sit here and pretend like I've got it down and I know what I'm talking about. No, like, I'm just so sick and tired of it. But the thing is, and I've really seen a shift in the past few years, people get so vicious now. Like, I say that I think we need to upgrade at an offensive line. And it's like, you know what? You're a hot, dumb blonde. Shut the fuck up. You shouldn't be talking. What? Like,
yeah,
who are you? I mean, just you can't just disagree like a civil human being. No.
And like you mentioned, all things are right. Like, it's just like, yeah, no shit, we need an offensive line. Oh, no, duh, we need a quarterback because our quarterback we just signed to a big contract has a busted leg and a knee.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, everything's your fault. So
I know. God.
Anyway, you have any other one before I go? Or
No,
I'll
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, my football one. I think this has always been my favorite. I never really had a Festivus episode to talk about my favorite grievance, and it is DBs celebrating passes that sail over them and the wide receivers' heads after a I call it the Eli apple because he was the first guy I really like noticed. Like, Eli, you just got burnt 30 yards, bro. Why are you celebrating right now? Oh, that's right. You did have him as well.
Yes,
you know that.
yes.
So
very
yeah, the
familiar
Eli
with
apple. That's what I call him.
Eli
Apple
Apple
play.
over celebration of an incomplete pass. Yes.
We're all well versed in that here on this panel tonight. Yes.
So that would be my football grievance. I've always found that to be impressive. Like, they're like celebrating, thinking like, I guess they have to get inside their head like they did a good job. I guess. I don't know. That always cracked me up. So the Eli Apple celebration always cracked me up. Do you have any other? I know Nikki has a couple more grievances about anything she wants.
No, you know what? That just I'm just
You're tired.
No, I'm not. I mean, I could complain and
Come on. I know you can.
But I know that you wanted to get to some Christmas takes, and so we'll do that.
Not really Christmas takes.
You want to talk about food. You told me before you're coming on. We got to do our whole. What did you guys have for dinner last night? And we didn't do it yet. We always open the show with that. So, D, what did you have for dinner last night?
For dinner last night, I had a salmon bowl with broccoli and rice.
Oh, see, I would eat that, guys. I would eat that. More Nikki rants. Yeah, see, you guys like it. You should go back on my old show on my TikTok and see how much I yelled and screamed and ranted and raved. There's some great ones on there.
For sure.
Yeah, I had pork loin. You're gonna say, "What is pork?"
What?
Here we go.
What'd you have?
Like pulled pork, like pork loin, like it's like a slab of like pork. I don't know what to say.
A slab of pork.
No, it's obviously more appetizing. It's like it's good. My mom like marinated and everything else like that, so it was
marinated in what?
Salt, pepper, olive oil, a little mustard. It's good. And then we had sweet potatoes and other veggies like what's it called, like cucumbers. Zucchini.
What is this dinner? I don't understand. None of
my
this.
mom just
It's like this is what we had left over, and this is what's on the plate. Like this.
Well, yeah, no, well, my family like
cucumbers and sweet potato and a slab of pork.
My mom, since our week is all hectic, my mom likes to make like literally everything on Sunday, so we reheat everything during the week.
I get it. Okay, fine.
So yeah, that's that.
I had eating pork. I just don't know what pork loin is, and then your description was a slab of it. So
no, because you never know what I'm gonna eat when I have the most basic meals ever. But yeah, that was that, and I had turkey burgers tonight from Trader Joe's. Those are one of the best things at Trader Joe's. Is the key lime turkey burgers at Trader Joe's. Always love those.
I can do turkey burgers. Mm-hmm. No turkey bacon though. Do not do turkey.
I could do turkey bacon. I don't mind it, but you gotta like really cook it.
Yeah, oh man, I gotta get bacon. Turkey bacon. I've had some. My mom tried to give me turkey bacon without telling me it was turkey bacon the first time I had it.
All right. Well, that's why. That's why you have that.
You have to know going into it. Like this is not bacon.
Yeah, so the most disappointing bite I ever had in my life.
Yes, correct. You'll be disappointed. That's correct.
So our queen of New York went out to dinner on Saturday.
I did
with her Hello Green folks. I missed the invite, but it's okay.
You had COVID.
I know. I'm busting your chops. Relax.
You had COVID.
So where did you go out to dinner? What snide comments did you have around the table? Because I'm sure you had plenty of them. And what did you eat for dinner on Saturday night? And did you have more food or drinks that night? It's probably drinks, but I insist. Take it away.
Okay, well, we went to my favorite place here in Red Bank. It's called Catch 19. It's a really great seafood place. Of course, they have like chicken and steak. And yeah, we had fun. I drank at the house a little bit. Then I had few drinks over there, and I had like a 4-ounce filet and some grilled shrimp, and it was really good, and some vegetables. So that was great. So I do eat. Yeah, I didn't finish it all though, but it was really good. But then I wanted to fight this girl who was sitting at the table like next to us because she had a fucking staring problem. And I just like, what are you looking at? Like literally, like, what are you? Do you want an autograph or something? Like, take a picture. It lasts longer. And so I was drinking a lot, and then I was like,
Look at
she
Nikki
fucking
Nick,
looks
the
at me
people
one more
person.
fucking time. That's it. I'm going in. And everyone was like, just like calm down, like go to the bathroom, calm down. So
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Sounds like a fun time.
Nikki, what did you have to drink? You said a few drinks. What were the drinks?
Yeah.
So I had some sparkling rosé here, and then I had some blueberry elderflower vodkas combination, and then I had 2 more Tito Club and Lime, which is my real drink.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I see we got to do a longer show. It's already blew by 31 minutes.
We went long. We went 10 minutes over last week.
Okay.
Anyway. So I think you can get to a Christmas take if you want to.
No, I just wanted to say, everybody from Thunder and Lightning, me and Nikki, I hope everybody has a good Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas until 4:30 on Christmas Day.
I know why. Why does the NFL hate us so much?
Gonna get destroyed.
Like Giants, Eagles on Christmas Day?
Yeah, it's so mean.
D, who are you guys playing? Who do you have next?
Who do we have next? Let me check and see real quick.
Danny, what's the line on the game? Do we know yet?
Let me look. I don't even want to know.
Oh, we got the Rams on Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
In LA.
How do you feel about that? Yeah. What are your predictions?
That's going to be a dangerous game for us for sure. Their offense has been clicking lately. But I think our defense can do enough to beat them in LA. I know we're the underdogs in that one. I'm going to go Saints 24, Rams 20.
All right. Okay.
Getting it right now. Hold on.
This is not going to be a Merry Christmas. I don't know why they're doing this to us.
It's not even up.
It's like it's going to be so bad. There's no line. You have no hope. It's hopeless. It's just hopeless, guys.
Yeah, no, there's no line yet. We're the only game without a line that I could see.
Of course.
Because that means we're waiting on how Jalen Hurts looks tonight, I guess. Yeah. Even though that's not going to matter.
He's playing tonight. Right?
It's the obligatory Boston Scott anytime touchdown prop bet against us. Unfortunately, we got to take it. Win some money.
Career day is coming.
Like always.
Yes, like always.
Dude literally does nothing the whole entire season until he plays us. It's weird.
Yeah, he can't wait for it. I mean, who could blame him? Honestly, really. D, what are you doing for Christmas? What are your plans? You guys hosting, or are you traveling? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're actually hosting Christmas Eve dinner for the family, and we're going to do prizes with games involved. So you don't just get your gift; you got to win the game. Get the prize. So we're gonna play all types of different games, have a good family night.
That's fun.
My wife's gonna hook up some special cocktails for it, and she's also going to do it's like just different kind of bars, like a little salad bar, little candy bars, things like that. So it's going to be a pretty dope time.
That's good. Okay, that'll be fun. Are you guys both cooking? Are you cooking or are you catering?
She's cooking, and our cousin is in chef training. So
they got it. Yeah, they have to do it.
Yeah.
God, so if I came, I gotta play all these games. I can't just get my gift when I walk in the door.
No, you can't just get your gift when you walk in the door. You gotta play the games.
Oh man, I don't want to play these reindeer games. By the way, did you guys see that? Did you see the last prance that I posted? I didn't make it, but it was so funny. You guys
Nikki and my teams are going 0-2 on Christmas Day. That's awesome.
I'm hoping for there could be.
The Knicks are playing the Knicks are playing the Bucks, and then the Giants are going to get smoked by the Eagles. So, Merry Christmas, New York sports fans.
Hey, the Knicks came out here, man. Jalen Brunson dropped.
I know. I was gonna text you about that. Yeah. Before we leave, we got to have you. We're very proud of you for being able to cover the Suns. How's that been like? And yeah, I'm proud of you. So I can't even imagine how proud Nikki is.
So proud.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate
proud. Over the moon.
I definitely appreciate that. Like Nikki said, we've come a long way since we started our last show, and how, I definitely was super proud of seeing her covering the Giants, and that people are recognizing her out just random places is crazy. So it's super dope to see her growth. And with me covering the Suns this year, it's been just quite an experience, man, because you really have such a different idea of what these athletes are like until you're around them more. And like, for example, Grayson Allen is a guy who doesn't have the greatest reputation among fans. People think he's a dirty player. Some people just think he's an asshole. But then you talk to him, and he's the best one when it comes to answering questions of the players. It's like, oh, this guy isn't that bad. Gives me great quotes. So if you want to, that's one thing I learned. My opinion of you can definitely be shifted by your ability to give me good quotes from my articles. So if you are an athlete out there who has a bad reputation, just give the media good quotes, and your reputation will change for sure.
So I saw your clip with Draymond because you were covering the game that night. So that must have been the most fun you've had covering a game so far this year, right?
Yeah, no, that was crazy. Like the 2 times the Warriors have come here, something crazy happened.
Right.
First time it was Chris Paul and Scott Foster.
Right.
And this time it was the whole Draymond thing. So yeah, both of those games were absolutely crazy. And they both started super late out here. Like I knew you guys on the East Coast, so I can't really complain to y'all, but because the games were on prime time, they started at 8:00 Mountain Standard or Arizona Standard Time instead of the normal 7, which pushes everything back, and it's on national TV, so it's more commercial. So the game goes longer. So by the time we saw Chris Paul or Draymond, it was past like 11 o'clock here out here. It was like, oh man, this is we gotta wait. And then the Warriors, they send. Like, so some teams are different as far as who they send to do press conference on the road.
Right.
So some teams will just do just their coach, and then be like, oh, for the guys who have locker room access, you can go in now. They just won't have everybody come out. The Warriors, they like to send Steve Kerr out, like 3 or 4 players. So by the time we got to Draymond, it was already so late. And I figured he was delirious by the time he started talking and giving us that BS that he was giving us, because that was absolute BS. There's no you flop.
That was the greatest. Like, what is he like makes Nikki look not delusional sometimes. Just like everybody knows I'm a clean player. Like, what do you mean? Like, okay, Draymond.
The part where I wanted to jump in and say something, but I was like, I would just be being confrontational at that point. I wouldn't be doing my job.
Right.
He said,
"We call that the Jordan Rondon."
I would be like, oh, he was like, oh, I'm not that accurate of a puncher. What? You punch somebody in the face, Draymond. You're quite the accurate puncher. So for you to say, oh, there's no way I did it on purpose. I'm not that accurate of a puncher. Like, come on, man. Like it took everything in me not to say something at that point, because I definitely let off a smirk or something when he said that, because that was wild.
For sure.
Yeah, sometimes that reactions to have that fan in you come out. Like when I met Eli Manning, I was like, why is this happening to me when I have a press pass and I've got to be professional and stand here? And it was just like, to hold it together and like, hey, how are you? Oh, hey, cool, fine. All jokes aside, literally, you are like my brother from another mother, but I could not be more proud of you and how far you have come. And I know you grind every single day. And I know where we were 4 years ago to where we are today is completely different. But we both got to do what we set out to do. And I think it's amazing. You know that I am like your biggest fan. So I just can't wait to see you keep getting all this success and growing your brand. It's really, really cool.
Oh, thank you so much. About to make me shed a tear.
Shed that one tear. Go ahead, shed
it. But I've been saying that you're, like my little big sister.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate that, and it's definitely all love, and I'm happy for you, and I can't wait to see how you guys grow with this show and with the Blind Blitz. So it's always good stuff when you're on. Dan's doing a great job with the shows.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So I'm just happy to see what you guys are doing, and I can't wait till one day where we're just together way up here in the sports media landscape.
Right, for sure. So before we wrap up, D, where can we find you? All the Suns content, just your normal content. Where can everybody find it?
So yes, so you can follow me on all social media platforms at The Real Deal WDA. That's The Real Deal, W as in whiskey, D as in Delta, A as in Alpha. For the Suns fans out there, if you are watching, maybe you have a few out there in New York who are Suns fans. check out Burn City Sports. It covers everything Phoenix. So you got Suns, Cardinals, you got everything from the Mercury, everything Arizona State. Like, it covers everything Phoenix sports, even Phoenix high school sports. So if you are a Phoenix sports fan, make sure you check out Burn City Sports by going to the website, burncitysports.com, or checking out on social media by following Burn City Sports wherever you are on social media.
Okay, awesome. So thanks again for joining us. As always, thank you for watching us. Nikki's gonna see you on. Oh, actually, we're gonna have an Eagle Giant panel on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're having a
me and Nikki,
Courtney Harding and Deb will be teaming up against me and Danny on Wednesday night.
They don't know what they're in for. And we're gonna find a way to make our giant muck up our Giants some way somehow. Even though we're
make sure you guys tune in for that. It should be a nice battle. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed to the Fantasy Sports Corporation. That is it for now. We might see you next week. I don't know. I might be in a deep depression after this Eagles game. So we'll see. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great week and Merry Christmas.
See you guys.
Go Giants.
Go Giants.
See, I got off the Bengals train. Aren't you guys happy?